Where are we?
So we are here in Atlanta, Georgia, in the South, to learn about the great man himself, the legends. Wherever you are in the world, I'm sure you know his name, Dr. Martin Luther King. He was a wonderful, great activist, and he did so much for the Black community here in America, and his message spread across the world to the Black diaspora. So yeah, we're really excited, guys. So come and find us.
That's wonderful, yeah, guys? That's my lovely niece updating you guys on what we're doing today. Slowly, 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 slowly. There it is, guys. We are at the Martin Luther King Jr. National Historical Park. Yeah, guys. And as such, we're going to show you what it's all about as much as we can. Yeah, guys. So this is it. I'm just waiting for some family members who are on their way. There's a group of us, and this is the church. This is the Ebenezer. Let's have a look. Let's get this sign up so you can see it a bit more clearly. So this is the front entrance here. This is the Ebenezer Church here. And just showing. Yeah. Oh, yeah, bro. Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. Hey. Look at this guy. This is Atlanta. This is our Atlanta, Georgia rolls, guys.
From
England, London.
England?
Yeah, London.
That's Twitch?
No. Just YouTube. YouTube.
So I'm gonna be on YouTube?
Yeah, man. Check it out. Vlog Life 24/7. Vlog Life 24/7, my man. Vlog Life 24/7. Hey, I just took some pictures of my guy here, and you must have thought, hey, Vlog Life 24/7. Hey. So what are you? But anyway, what are you guys doing here? By the way, what's happening here? Sorry?
It's a funeral.
Oh, it's a funeral.
How many subscribers you got?
My guy will tell you there, brother. Vlog Life 247.
Uno Instagram, bro.
Yeah, y'all.
Okay. Yeah, guys. Lovely. That's lovely. Hey, check it out. I'm going to put you guys on there. And all the best with the... What's on YouTube, brother?
Like when?
Oh, when? Oh, in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah. About 3 weeks. All the best, guys. Yes. Yeah, I got some footage there, guys. Yep, so as you just saw, they're at a funeral. So yeah, that's what's happening there. There's a funeral going on there. So this is it, guys. I'm still waiting for people. Oh, I didn't know there was a tram there. Look at that, guys. There's a tram just going there. I just missed it. But yeah, there's a tram. I didn't realize that. So let's get a larger view further away. Sometimes you can't get everything in shot unless you're at a distance away. So there's a park here. I don't want to go in the grass. Let me move myself out the way. The good thing, I'm using the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7, guys, to do all this vlogging. And yeah, all this footage coming from that camera, the new Ultra Unfolds camera from the S25 Ultra. So as you can see here, guys, the Ebenezer, let's get over here. The Ebenezer Baptist Church. Yeah, guys, this is where we're at. Oh, I love this. Dual record, guys, dual record. Watch what I can do. I can move the picture anywhere I want. Yeah, if I'm blocking something, I can get it out the way. I can get rid of myself as well. Watch this. I'm going to get rid of myself. I'm gone now. So if you don't want to see me, you don't have to. You can just see what I'm videoing, guys. Look how massive this church is. It's absolutely enormous. I don't want to lose where my family is because they're meeting us. So have a look at that, guys. Absolutely enormous. Wow. I've got to stay here and wait for everybody. A few of my other family, they've gone to get something to eat, and I'm just vlogging around the perimeter, as they say. I'm just going for a walk. Oh, got to cut you off, guys. My auntie's ringing. Right, guys, a few people have arrived, but before they get here, let's have a look at this statue and see what it says and who it represents. Let's have a look, guys. Behold, the baptism of the infant Kizzy by her father, Kunta Kinte. Yeah, guys, Kunta Kinte. Some people out there know what this is all about. And Kunta Kinte baptized his child, and this is a representation of it. And if some of you can't remember what mini-series that was called, Roots, and it was a wonderful explanation, if you want to call it, because it did show what happened in those days to the first black Africans to the US of A. Well, it wasn't the US of A at the time, to the Americas back in the day, and how they arrived here through slavery in the ships and whatever else, etc. And Kunta Kinte was an integral part. It was the book by Alex Haley called Roots that was turned into a series. Check it out, guys. If you haven't seen it, very heart-wrenching, I'm telling you. Hello, guys. I just done a video of some of the area here, and that was the new bit. Yeah, guys, where the Memorial Park is. But if you look here, let me just get my microphone out here. If you look here, this to me looks to be the original Ebenezer Baptist Church, guys. This is the original. This is where it all started. It started from here. Yeah, guys. Yeah, this is the Martin Luther King Jr. Center for Non-Violent Social Change. Yeah, guys, there's a lot to see here. So, yeah, we're going to have a look. We're still waiting for another family member before we kick off. So until then, I'll get back to you guys in a mo.
Hi, my name is Ranger Marty Smith, and we're going to go inside of Ebenezer Baptist Church. And when we go inside of Ebenezer Baptist Church, what I'm going to do, I'm going to share with you some history of what the neighborhood was like during that period of time, some history of the church, and also share with you some history of Dr. King's funeral service. So today, what I'd like to talk to you about is the Sweet Auburn Avenue community. This community that you're in right now was considered to be one of your wealthiest African-American neighborhoods in the United States. They had about 4 or 5 black millionaires come off the street. What happened was the blacks had owned their own business. In the downtown district of Atlanta, they was kicked out of that district. This was the only area they can go to start their own business. So since their backs against the walls and they had no one else to support them, they started their own insurance companies, their own banks, funeral homes, newspapers, radio stations, and pharmacies. What made this community so successful was, if you own your own insurance company and I own my own bank, you made me the chairman of the board of your insurance company, while I made you the chairman of the board of my bank, so our money could circulate inside the community. So even though America at the time was going through a Great Depression, this community was still thriving and still doing well because these people was working and supporting each other. So not only do we feel that those stories of Dr. King are very important, but we feel that it's equally important to share the stories about this community because this community had a definite impact on Dr. King's life. So we also like to share how the National Park Service came to be a part of this site. Of course, we know the King Center was here, and what happened was Miss Coretta King asked the National Park Service to come to preserve the community. So Ms. Coretta Scott King and President Jimmy Carter got together to make this a national historic site on October 10th, 1980. So what the National Park Service came in and did, they preserved the neighborhood back to the way it was when Dr. King was here. So when you walk down the street, you get a chance to see what Dr. King saw as a young child. The sidewalks are put back to 1930s. They're going to eventually put the street lights back to 1930 period. They have painted the homes back to 1930 period and also left the landscape of the property to the way it was in 1930s. So you get to see what 1930s look. And then you also get a chance to walk inside the sanctuary where Dr. King was co-pastor and see everything put back to the way it was in 1960 and 1968. So you get a chance to see the original pews that was here. You got the original pulpit furniture. You got the original tithing box, the original communion table. And also the church was painted to this Pepto-Bismol pink color that you see right now. This is a church where Dr. King's father and grandfather preached at for 81 years. This is also the church where Dr. King was co-pastor from the period of 1960 to 1968. He would preach 1 to 2 services every Sunday inside the sanctuary. But the church history goes back 134 years. And in a 134-year history of this church has only had 5 pastors. The founding pastor, his name was John A. Parker. He founded the church in 1886, but he left the church in 1894. And then Dr. King's grandfather, Reverend A.D. Williams, that you're going to see right up here in the window, he took over as pastor from 1894 to 1931. So in this photograph over here, you see Dr. King's father. He pastored here from 1931 to 1975. So Martin Luther King Sr. was the pastor, while Martin Luther King Jr. was a co-pastor. And Martin Luther King Jr. co-pastored here from 1960 to 1968. Mrs. King requested at the funeral service for Dr. King's sermon to be played during the funeral service. When that sermon was played, Dr. King did that sermon 2 months before his assassination. And that sermon was called The Drum Major Instinct. And you probably heard that sermon before and didn't realize that you were listening to Dr. King's closing eulogy for his funeral service. And that's a sermon when they say, I don't want a long funeral. And if you get somebody to deliver my eulogy, tell them not to talk too long. Not to talk about how many wars that I won, but how I wanted to love and how I wanted to serve and how I wanted to help other individuals. We're currently in front of Dr. King's childhood house. This is the house that Dr. King was born inside. Dr. King was born in his house in 1929, moved out in 1941. Dr. King's grandparents purchased his house. Reverend A.D. Williams and Miss Williams purchased his house in 1909, and they paid $3,500 for this house. What they was charged a month for mortgage was $30 a month for the next 100 months with a $500 down payment. So we're going to get a chance to go inside to see what it looked like when Dr. King grew up as a young child. Before Dr. King's mother's death, she actually came back through this house and she arranged and placed everything back into this house to the way it was when she first lived here. The piece of furniture she did not have, she looked through a 1930 Sears catalog book, then she went to the antique stores and she ordered the furniture. So as you walking through this house today, you're walking back into what it looked like when Dr. King was a child growing up in his house. So this room that you're looking at right now is a family parlor. This is the room where the King family would entertain all their guests when guests would come over to their home. If the King family did not have guests, they would close these sliding doors and they would keep this area off limits. If you look above the piano, that's a photograph of Dr. King's grandparents. That's Reverend Williams and Miss Williams, who I shared with you earlier. That was the owners of the property who bought it in 1909. You can also see a piano inside. Dr. King and his brother had to take piano lessons. And the story goes, Dr. King and his brother really did not enjoy taking piano lessons. So what they thought they could do in order to stop taking piano lessons, they thought if they could break the piano stool, then once the instructor sit on it, the instructor would fall. This room that you're looking into right now was originally Dr. King's grandparents' bedroom. Then after Reverend Williams' death, they changed the room over from a bedroom to a study area and a play area. You're going to see games inside like you see a Monopoly game. Monopoly was Dr. King's favorite game. There's also a Chinese checker game inside the room, and that was his father's, Daddy King's favorite game. And right above from the fireplace, You'll see a picture of his grandfather, Reverend A.D. Williams, and directly across from the fireplace, you'll see a picture of his grandmother, Miss Jenny Williams. Also, you're going to look inside, you'll see a radio inside the room, because back then they didn't have television, and his family was sitting around the radio and listening to programs on the radio. We're in the dining room, and the King family was very strict when it came down to their dining room. If Dr. King's father was scheduled to come home for dinner at 6 o'clock, but didn't make it home to 7 o'clock, the family would not start eating dinner in his room at 7 o'clock, because the King family believed that every member of their family should be around a dining room table once dinner was being served. Now you can look at the dining room table, and you can see that one of Dr. King's favorite plates for dinner was fried chicken, black-eyed peas, collard greens, and cornbread. We're inside the kitchen now, and they said this was Dr. King's favorite place. They said he used to love sitting down, talking to his grandmother, and eating his grandmother's cooking. But they said the only thing wrong with Dr. King in this room was whenever it was his turn to wash dishes, he was never be found inside his room. They said he was always found hiding in the bathroom next door. So take a look inside of Dr. King's favorite hiding spot. You can see some of the items that they used back then. Like you can see the scrub board over here. You can also see the number 2 tub over here. And then you see the wash machine. And Dr. King's sister tells the story about this wash machine. She tells the story that when she was young, she got her arm caught and stuck inside a wash machine. And she said the only way that she got her arm out, someone had to push the white release button and unplug it. She said her arm was not broke, but it was stuck in between those rollers on the wash machine. Very common. A lot of people come through the house, tell the stories of how they got the arm, the hand, even their hair caught inside that wash machine. This was originally Dr. King's mother's bedroom, and she passed the furniture down to her daughter, Christine. So when you look inside this room, this is probably one of the most original rooms inside the house. The only thing that we notice not original is the doll that's on Dr. King's sister's bed. And the only reason why the doll is not original, they said when Dr. King was young, Dr. King and his brother would tear his sister's doll's arms, legs, and pop the heads off her baby dolls. Right over here, you're going to see the cellar. One of Dr. King's chores was he had to go in the backyard, shovel coal out the coal shed, and come downstairs and shovel coal into the coal furnace. Dr. King received 25 cents a week allowance. And 25 cents a week allowance was a lot of money. They said with 25 cents, Dr. King go to the movies, buy him a hamburger and a Coke with 25 cents. As you're upstairs in his house, you can see that his house is pretty big. And most people, when they come inside his house, the first thing they say is that, wow, this is a huge house. So Dr. King lived in his house with his grandparents, his parents. He had an aunt and an uncle who lived inside his house. This area that you see right here, at times when they had guests to come over, they would use this area sometime as a sleeping area. They would actually put rollaway beds out in this area, pallets, cover them over with a curtain, and let the guests sleep out in this area that we're in right now. This room served multiple purposes. This room at one time was a guest room. Also visiting ministers sometimes would stay inside this room. They rented out this room to local seminary students, but we put the room back to the way it was when Dr. King's Aunt Ida was living inside the house. So this room is the room that Dr. King was born inside. This is the room we call the birth room. This is the room where Dr. King, his brother, and his sister was born inside. And when you look inside the room, you're going to see a clock. The clock will say 12 o'clock. That's the time that Dr. King was born inside the room. He was born on a Tuesday, January the 15th, 1929 at 12 o'clock noon. When Dr. King was born inside the room, his name was actually Michael and not Martin. When Dr. King's sister was born, I like to share this. When she was born, the family did not have a baby crib at the time, so she was placed inside the dresser drawer. They had to pull the dresser drawer out, place a sheet inside, and place his sister, Christine, inside that drawer. So this is the boys' room. This is Dr. King's and his brother's bedroom. Notice you're going to see a baseball bat on the bed because Dr. King and his brother loved to play baseball, and they would go outside in the backyard and play baseball at times. So Dr. King's community was pretty interesting and amazing in itself. So take a look at the houses on this end. Those houses are called shotgun homes. And the reason why they call them the shotgun homes, because the house went straight through. If you open the front door of the house, you'll see directly to the back door of the house. They call it a shotgun home. They said if you ever had a shotgun and shot through the house, it would actually hit every room that was located inside the house. But your lower income kind of lived in those homes. Your textile mill workers, your maids, different things of nature lived in those homes. But when you take a look at these homes, you're going to see your Queen Anne Victorian style homes. So Dr. King lived in a neighborhood that was sort of economically split. You had the working class well-to-do and you had the working class poor side by side living in the community. So when you hear Dr. King speak about the beloved community, one of the reasons why he probably talked about the beloved community is because of what he saw growing up in his own neighborhood. And it was just so amazing that his house sat right in the middle of between the rich and the poor that was in his community.
promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia,
They called it the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. They came from all over America, Negroes and whites, housewives and Hollywood stars, senators and a few beatniks, clergymen and probably a few communists. More than 200,000 of them came to Washington this morning in a kind of climax to a historic spring and summer in the struggle for equal rights. This evening we tell the story of America's biggest civil rights demonstration, how it began, how it went, what it accomplished.
Fire station until 1991, almost 100 years.
Wow.
Now, we are a part of Martin Luther King Jr. National Historical Park because we have a connection to Dr. King. Dr. King, of course, lived right up the street until he was 12 years old. So this was his neighborhood. During the time that he and his family lived up the street, the firefighters here had a little side business to make some extra money. The side business was selling candy. So guess what? Dr. King, or Mike as he was known then, would come down here and buy candy for the firefighters. Now he wouldn't be the only one. All his neighborhood buddies would come down here too, so this would be a sort of a neighborhood gathering spot, if you will. Our restored 1927 fire truck is here, not just because this is a historic fire station, but also when Dr. King and his buddies were down here having their candy, they probably would have seen a fire truck similar to that one. There's another piece that goes with that too, though. When Dr. King and all his buddies were down here having their candy and hanging out with the firefighters, there were no black firefighters. Atlanta did not have black firefighters until 1963, almost 30 years after that.
That's when my mom was in
And there is a picture on the wall on the other side of the first 16 black firefighters that joined the force in 1963. So we have, in our fire station, we have fire station history, we have some history with Dr. King, and we have civil rights history. So we got a lot of things going together here in our little red fire station. Feel free to look around and let me know if you have any questions or comments and so forth.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. It's true. Yes, yes. Wow, the eternal flame, guys, the eternal flame that never goes out. And no one's going to put it out, in it, yes? Nope. But I've got something even more special for you guys. Have a look at this. Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King.
Can never repay you for all you are and all you've done. for me. I couldn't thank you enough. My worship could never measure how.
As you can see, guys, we will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream. Absolutely powerful words.
I offer my best, a sacrifice.
The tomb of two of the most significant people in American history. Not just black history, history. Because black history, as we know, is American history.
To mold and shape, Lord, fill this place. So fill this place. Fill this place. I am a vessel born of your clay. Lord, fill this place. I can never we're all you are, and all you've done so much for me, so much for me. I couldn't praise you enough. My worship, it can never measure how I feel. Can never measure how I feel. Offering at the Father's feet. So I give you my life. I owe it all.
Me and the missus are here at the Martin Luther King Memorial. Isn't it, Maha?
This is
Coming from the Philippines, she doesn't know too much about this and the significance of it, but she's learning. And significant it is in Black American history. As I showed you earlier, this is the everlasting flame or eternal flame. There it is, guys. We did look at it earlier. And here's some. You can read that at your leisure. And put the pause button, guys. Put the pause button, as they say. That's my thing. Let's see what's going. Here's my cousin here, Barry and Barry Jr. We're just gonna go to the store, Barry. Yeah. All right. Yeah, the gift store. Yeah, yeah. So we're just taking a walk to the gift store. So this is the gift shop. Yeah, this is the Stone of Hope. Yeah, guys. Again, pause the video if you wish to read this. I'll start at the top and work my way down. Let's get my mug out of here. That's it, I'm gone. There you are, guys. Give it a read at your leisure. And yeah, Coretta Scott King, wonderful lady. Again, read at your leisure. Pause the video, as they say, if you want to read what it actually says. Gandhi. A lot of famous people, as they say. Let's see what this is here. I'll just capture this. Read at your leisure, as they say. So this is part of the gift centre, etc., guys. Hello, guys. We've done the gift shop thing. And as you can see, this is what we got. Nothing too much, just a lapel pin for my mum. She likes wearing lapels, and some fridge magnets. We always get fridge magnets everywhere we go. Every country, every which way but loose, as they say, we get a fridge magnet. So that's going on our fridge. Wonderful. So that's it, guys. Let's head out of here and meet up with the gang and see where they're going afterwards. The missus wants to get in the action, guys. Here she is. My lovely wife in the action. Yeah, guys, look at that. That's a wonderful view, isn't it? Look at it. Absolutely wonderful. Let's get this out the way. Look at this, guys. Absolutely wonderful. The stream running down. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I'm back. And the missus wants to get in the action again. So hold on a sec, guys. Let me set this up. There we are. Now we're in selfie mode, guys, because the missus wants to get in on the action and get a video of this wonderful stream of water, this water flowing down. Yeah, guys, we're here. We are here. And it's a wondrous moment, I must say.
I'm in awe of how you keep doing something amazing.